There you go. Well, that intro sucked. At least you guys see me being all French and moving my hands around. That's great. So yeah, as you guys may have noticed, I don't usually have the YouTube chat screen up when I do my intro. That would have been a good thing to have. Your girl is smart today. Hi, how's everyone doing tonight? Hello, Elaine, Riku, Miriam, my goodness, thank you so much. 12 months. I really appreciate you kindly. Bear with me, I just want to get the sound up here. Turn this thing down because she's loud. Much better. Okay. So, I'm going to go over what I said in my intro. We're back. We are so back. This week we're going to be in it for streaming and videos. My husband's more independent. For those of you who don't know, he's had hip replacement surgery, so there's some recovery time, and he's pretty independent right now. So it's looking like your girl is back into the office next week, and we're back to streaming because it's good. So that's that. The only one thing is that on Wednesday, stream will be late. I'm getting an eye exam. That's it. There's no secret. So there's that. Next thing I said was this is going to be a very interesting stream because we're going to take it easy in the game. It's going to be chill. It's going to be cool. Because it turns out that the Final Fantasy XIV community seems to have fucking imploded. Whew. It feels... Why is this screen not coming up? Or is it? It probably is. It's just not caught up. Okay. We're good. Never mind. YouTube, stop dicking me around. Either way, it's going to be an interesting night. I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff, but we're going to try to do it with grace. And we're going to try to go through this, like, again, there's so much happened in, like, a week or two, and it's been a lot. A lot. There's some easy stuff. There's some cool stuff, like Theater Rhythm. Start there. Turns out that Theater Rhythm is a fucking godsend. I guess, according to the reviews, people who played, even Stephanie Sterling loves Theater Rhythm, and lately they are very critical of Square Enix, which I like having a critical view of Square Enix, right? It keeps everyone on their toes and keeps us from, reminds us that corporations aren't people, because they're not. So that's a good thing. So it's super exciting. I'm probably going to be getting Theater Rhythm for my young one. I want to say in like in about a month. Sounds like a good Easter present to me, in my humble opinion. But for those of you who don't know, there are some 14 songs on it. If you don't know what Theater Rhythm is, it is basically like Guitar Hero or Dance Dance Revolution, but like on the Switch. And you play along with little characters to the Final Fantasy and like Square Enix songs. So there's some Nair songs, some Bravely Default songs. It's supposed to be, and from what I've heard, it's excellent. It's 10 out of 10. I'm not sure. I know there's some DLC coming later and more songs are being added, a lot more. So, which I am not against paid DLC if the game is complete, if the game is super fun, and I want more. The consumer wants more. Yeah, fucking go for it. But, like, solid good news. Like, that's good to hear. Like, a Square Enix win. Speaking of Square Enix win, Octopath 2. Listen. Whew. There are 3 games this year that I will spend full money for. 3 games that I will pay full price for. And I don't usually do that. For those of you who know me, I'm the type of person who wait till it gets on sale, especially single player games. No, listen, I do not pay full price for fuck all. But these 3 I will. Okay, number 1, Octopath 2, coming out on Friday. Yes, there will be a stream this weekend on Twitch, and yes, we'll be playing it. And next week, expect it on the roster on YouTube as well. I want Octopath. That is right up my alley. And the reviews are basically, hey, this is Octopath 1, but 10 times better, which Yes! I want that! What kind of money do you have? Just a little. They're planning on expanding for 10 years? Oh my goodness. That would be so good. Because the DS game was great. Honestly, my daughter will tell you that's one of her favorite games growing up. And it was... And it's, for those of you who don't know, my daughter is... so, basically, when she was young, she was really into music. Like, really. And she still is. She's very, like, 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10 into music. So, when we saw that game, without really knowing what it was, we bought it for her because we're like, hey, it's on sale or whatever, and she loves it. She actually won a prize, okay, at KupoCon, which, yes, I still need to make the video on that. I'm aware. At KupoCon, she won a prize. There was this contest where they're like, hey, you need to know the Final Fantasy music very well. Okay. Cool. And the last test was they gave them, like, all the Chocobo songs from different games. She got it. She won the prize on that because of Theater Rhythm, she knew them. She knew them. Oh, that's awesome, Miri. FanFest is next topic. Absolutely. FanFest tickets. If you have a North America account, okay? Go put your, and you want tickets, go put your name in. Like, go. Right now, it's like, don't sit. Go put your name in. Okay, it's a lottery system to get tickets for FanFest. I actually just dropped a short on this, like, 5 minutes ago. And a TikTok, and I get it. So I put my name in just like everybody else. I do not get an advantage, which is good. If you didn't watch the short, I'm gonna sum it up real nice for you. I agree. Fuck leap of faith. I completely agree with the lottery system. I honestly believe most ticket places should go with the lottery system. Especially if you're a fan. Like, let's say you're part of fan club Taylor Swift. I picked the worst one. If you're part of Taylor Swift's fan club, you're in the thing, you should have access to the lottery. And if everybody else is, if all of the fans got their tickets, then that's good to go. Yeah. And on top of that, if you guys read the actual memo that was part of, yeah, second place. If you read the memo that was part of FanFest, once you get your tickets and buy them, to retrieve them, you need to show photo ID. So the scalpers are non-existent here. You need to have an active Final Fantasy XIV account. It needs to be a thing, or you're just not going to get tickets. And again, you need to be who you say you be. Pictures got photo ID, which exactly. Exactly, Rico, you're on the right path. It happens at BlizzCon. BlizzCon tickets are scalped. Taylor Swift tickets are scalped. I'm not picking on Blizzard. Like, it's a thing. And I honestly believe that Final Fantasy solved the problem. A lot of people looked at it like, but it's only 2 tickets that you're allowed. What if I want 15? Well, if your chances are 2 tickets or no tickets, what do you... I mean, it's an easy win for me. Get the... for the 2 tickets, absolutely. I figured my tickets expired. That's okay. Like, to me, it's a no-brainer. And again, if you have more than 2 people, maybe one of them should be... Maybe they should be applying for their own. Attend free accompanied by adult. Exactly. So my son would get in for free. See, I would go with my husband. And it's not because he's a huge Final Fantasy XIV fan, but because, and I'm going to be extremely candid here, I am a woman traveling alone to the United States. All three of those things scared the shit out of me. Mm-mm. No, no ma'am. I'm not doing that. Not alone. Exactly, and it's not a rich system. Because the minute there's scalpers involved, what that tells the people, or what that tells the economy, is that tickets are available for if you want it. You just need to be rich enough. And that's not a fair system at all. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If I'm there, you'll know. You will know. Absolutely. And we're gonna cosplay. I got an idea in mind. Anyway, so I completely agree with the system. It does suck because I find it doesn't give enough time to prepare. If we're being honest, March to July is not long. On a financial standpoint, it ain't long enough. I'm in the process of, I just applied for my birth certificate. And I'm going to be applying for my passport the moment it comes in. If you guys don't know, you need the most up-to-date version of birth certificates, and mine's from 1988. Like, it's an old version, so it needs to be up-to-date. A lot of Reens. I hope there's Reens and Gaias. I want them all. I love them. So yeah, there's a lot of people going to try for it. I hope most get in. Elaine, I have to agree. I have to agree with that sentiment, right? Because we only found out today that it's going to be $200 USD, so that's about 250 CAD. So just tickets will cost me $500. My passports and birth certificates are going to be about that. Plane tickets, let's go see for fun. Just for fun. I want to see. Las Vegas. Now, I don't know much about Las Vegas. We're looking at $664 per head on Air Canada. So that's the most expensive, typically, right? What's interesting is I can try different. I have a city that's about an hour and a half north. Easy to travel to. Oof, that's more expensive. Never mind. Disregard. Halifax. Let's try that. That's a couple hours away. 602. That's getting better. With a fucking connecting flight. Gross. What's also cool is I can go from Bangor. There's not much better. Fuck. Let me try putting in the date, see if that helps. Because Jesus Christ. July, I think it's that weekend. I'm only looking for a ballpark figure, right? Let's say the 25th. Yuck. Bangor, Boston. Okay, Boston's cheaper. Boston's much cheaper. Let's see. Eastport, I think, has a... No, Eastport does not have a... St. John. Yeesh. Yeesh. So, not cheap. Not cheap. Well, you can cancel a hotel if it's so much time in advance, so it's not bad. Check Providence. Well, how far is... Hold on. Boston. Driving. Boston's 6 hours. That's not too bad. Providence. Rhode Island. That's 7. We're starting to get into the a lot territory. Quebec City. Much cheaper. We'll see. Again, we'll see. Like, it gets me a ballpark, right? It's between 6 to 1,000. But it gives you an idea. So that's the idea of what FanFest is going to cost me. This is going to be a $3,000 to $4,000 trip. Keep in mind, I'm from the province right beside the state of Maine. Maine would be the easiest if I could get something good there. Like, Bangor's not far. Halifax is not far. Moncton is not far. I'm in St. John. Fredericton, not far. Quebec City, we're talking 6 hours, but if it saves us $300 per head, we could probably, you know what I mean? Has to be a significant savings, and then we would look at it. But that's what we're looking for. Okay, let's go to my farm. Oh, exactly. Like, I'm just throwing it in a ballpark. I want an idea. And 6 to 1,000 is about right. I also, like, you know what I mean? There's some little details. Like, I get work discounts with some airlines. I get this with some airlines. Like, same as hotels. I get work discounts with some hotel chains. Which kid is getting the other ticket? Husband. Because I am a woman traveling alone if I don't have a husband in the United States. The only complaint that I really had, okay, is that you need a North America account. And not because of, like, I don't want I am exactly in the middle of London and Las Vegas. A trip to London's only a couple $100 more on a plane than it is to Vegas, and I'd have more time to save up for it. And let's be honest, I'd probably enjoy the trip to London better. But I can't apply for that one. Which, again, I'm not angry at, I'm not disappointed, like, I'm not losing sleep over it, it's just, that kind of stinks. It would have been nice to go to the London one, I think. I think I would have preferred the London trip. I'm gonna get everybody going here. But, beggars can't be choosers, and if that's the trip I get, that's the trip I get. Again, to avoid exactly, it's 100% like, just because it doesn't fit my situation doesn't mean it's not fair. It is fair. That is the fairest system they could have done. They did it. So I can't disagree with it. It's fair. Regardless of my opinion, it's fair. It's very fair. So you won't hear me complain. Oh, the streamers, listen. I understand, as someone who works corporate, that PR is very important, right? And that these type events is massive. And having large streamers, content creators, influencers, news outlets, reviewers, you name it. I don't know all the titles, but is generally a financially good thing, right? On an ethical standpoint, like, as fans of the game, it's like, but they don't have to, and I do. But the reality is that if Square Enix was going to give out some media tickets or some PR tickets to some of the bigger guys, it makes sense. I have to agree with it. Financially speaking, it's a good move, right? It's like, it's a loss of money if they don't. And companies aren't in the business of losing money. However, having the mid to low people put their name in, or even most people, or all of them, on a it's fair basis, on a like a moral, I think it's great. Would I benefit financially going there? Yes. Not a lot, but I still would. So I mean, yeah, the reality is that I would enjoy it. Oh shit, that would be good. That's okay. I would love to be there for that, but the reality is if I get it, I get it, and if I don't, well, everyone got a fair shot at it. That's fair. And it is it'll be a massive crowd, right? Where I don't know how else to say it. It'll be a massive crowd. Absolutely massive. Like, that is a definite. Again, I'm not trying to scare you, but that's the reality of what this type of event is. So, alright, let's go see how much shit I'm missing to do all this. 79, holy shit, a lot. Okay, that's not too bad. 79, 72. Learning to trust the N95. That's exactly. And BlizzCon is something that even I had always wanted to go, but it's too expensive. East Coast to West Coast is a very expensive trip. Very. So even like before, I had always wanted to go, but the reality is Jesus Christ, I can't afford that. Where FanFest is kind of in the middle, so it's a little bit easier to slip in. In my humble opinion. But yeah, like that was a huge point of contention. It is what it is. I agree. I have to agree with it. 10 tickets at a time. Yeah, it's a lot. I had a friend who went, actually, and they ended, because they were a group of people. They used to go to BlizzCon together. And then they ended up not doing it one year because it was just overfull and too expensive. They went to TwitchCon together instead. They all had this like one event that they would go to together. It's pretty neat, actually. Yeah, there is a goodie bag. Now usually they're rather limited, and I don't know if this is going to be like a convention, like there's going to be a lot of vendors. I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm quite excited to know more. And we should know in like a week and a half if we got in. So it's not it's not very far out, but what can you do? Excuse me. I know, I'm quite excited about FanFest. I am very much enjoying it. I love the idea. I think it's great. But 2 live concerts. Oh, I'm gonna cry like a baby. And there's one private concert that won't be streamed, which I'm not gonna lie, that I don't like. Because if this was an event where everybody who wanted a ticket got a ticket, and there wasn't a need for a lottery, this would be a different story. But if you being there is a means of luck, then I don't believe that stuff should be hidden behind it. If that makes any sense. Right? Like, it feels a little... like, why should it be exclusive? Same thing, those goodie bags. Whatever's in it. Let's say it's a plushie of a Moogle. Please be a plushie of a Moogle. I hope that whatever's in that goodie bag is purchasable. Again, because it shouldn't be exclusive to people who got lucky and won the lottery. But again, that's my humble opinion. Well, they own the copyright. Oh, Final Fantasy XIV songs trigger them all the time. Somebody who, and this is as somebody who streams, it happens a lot. Okay, a lot of my streams, especially the streams where I'm live reacting to stuff. So, for example, the last patch, when there's a moment where I'm quiet because I'm like, oh, it'll trigger DCMA every time. Yes, and Final Fantasy XIV is very good with it, though. I have to like give them props where it's due. They'll 100% release it that moment. I have never had an issue getting my money back or getting paid for those streams. Never. Nintendo. Different story. But Square Enix has typically been very good. Now, I'm going to be extremely honest. I have partnered with Square Enix before. So, I do want to be like, hey, I'm not... But yeah. They do... A lot of even the new stuff will trigger it. Like, you'd be surprised what triggers it. Because on YouTube, it's an algorithm that does it. Like... Basically, it's so instantaneous. Like, you close a stream and within 5 minutes, you're gonna get your DCMA. Absolutely. So it's machine generated. It's not human. But yeah, it's fast. Oh my goodness. Your girl cry so hard. I also have to admit that I feel like the event is fairly priced. A 2-day event for $200, let's say 250 CAD. I'm gonna go check that one for fun. Hold on. USD to CAD. Oh, it's not too bad. It's 270, fuckers. So I'm allowed to bitch about the Canadian dollar. I knew I forgot one. There's the chocobo. So. Oh, nice, Elaine. So yeah, like, it's been an interesting few days. The fan fest has been huge. And I heard a certain streamer got into a lot of shit recently. I can't. Have you ever heard the expression, "You made your bed, now lie in it"? Just saying. Just you know, think about it. Give it some thought. I'm gonna be extremely... Now, for those of you who are new around for those of you who are new around here or not in Discord, which, if you have Discord, come check me out. We talk all the time. Like, it's quite active, actually. How do I put this? I said this in Discord, and I meant every word that I said. But for those of you who didn't know, I'm not playing the wizard game. However, I haven't been vocal about it for a reason. I never want to come off as performative. And my honest opinion is that if I was to go and just post everywhere, hey, I'm not playing this game, people will take it for the wrong reason. Okay? And I don't want people to look at it and be like, oh, she's totally doing it for this reason and that reason. No, listen. I was never going to play this game, regardless of who made it. The reason why, and this is honest, I am not into the Harry Potter fandom at all. Yes, I'm a 35-year-old woman, so I fit right into the little when it was super popular. Okay? So bear with me. I was an angsty or edgy teenager. I was super unpopular, a big nerd. Could you believe? And one of my defense mechanisms was whatever was popular was the worst thing ever. I don't want to be like the popular kids. Ugh. I am not like other girls. Yes, I was an asshole. I understand that. No one's going to argue with you. Okay? So when Harry Potter got ridiculously popular, I stubbed my nose to it immediately, read the first book and pretended to hate it. To be honest, I don't even remember most of it, okay? And I played the I hate it card as a teen. So it's not a fandom I ever got into. So for me to sit there and scream on a mountain and be like, I won't play the wizard game. I'm better than you. No, I never was going to. And that's where I want to be honest about that. However, again, and I get that it was me, okay? I get that that was a Peebs thing. But the difference is that with my everyday politics and stuff like that, I would disagree. Oh, is she really Canadian? Alberta? Cool. Same, Riku, same. I read all of the books as a teen and got it right into it. Alberta. That's an interesting, that's our Texas. So I am not against people who fell in love with the series. Okay? And I want to make it very clear. A lot of people, LGBTQ+, fell in love with those stories. A lot. It was, for a lot of people, any fandom is what helps you get through those tough moments, is what makes you feel like you're part of something. And for us big nerds, that sense of community is huge. So while I wasn't much into Harry Potter, I was huge into Lord of the Rings. I was playing Magic the Gathering on my lunch hours. It was a big thing to me. So I understand the people that fell in love with that world. I also understand the people that want to play the game. And they're like, you know what? Fuck the turf. She's not going to take this away from me. This is my joy. And you're not taking it away from me. That's okay. Go ahead. Play it. It's on you. It's your joy. It was the same situation when the Blizzard sexual assaults happened. Because what the fuck? Of course they did. I stopped playing the games. But I was very loud and I said, listen, if this is what brings you joy, don't let some asshole abuser take that away from you. You don't. No. So that's my typical stance on things, including politics. However, this is where it gets a little dicey. There's a large group of people that want it out of spite, that want it because it does harm people, that want it just to stream it and make money. You know what? That's a thing. Oh, nice, Calvin. And Alberta is known for brutal winters, but it's known for dry winters. So -40 is something that happens frequently. However, I would much take a -40 there than a -25 here. Any day. Any fucking day. But it is very much our Texas. It's our Bible Belt. I mean, there's some, just like Texas, there's some very progressive areas of it, but generally speaking, they're the ones that vote for us blue. That would be cool. So, yeah. Stephanie Sterling, or Stephanie Jim Sterling, however they prefer to be called, made an excellent video on their opinions on, and I agree. I'm not a trans person, and I honestly very much see their point. Just be honest with yourself. They see you. If you're pushing the game, well, it is what it is. And I think so too, Elaine. I honestly think that Zeppla streamed it originally because fuck it, there's a lot of money involved. And I'm not saying that there isn't. I do not make nearly what this woman makes. Period. After moving across countries, or just fuck it, you want a new house, I don't know, making that extra money is not a stupid idea. Does it make you an ally? No it don't. And the people that criticize them for it, well, she knew what she was getting into. Anybody who streamed it at all knew that they were going to receive backlash from the LGBTQ plus community. You knew that. So, again, your choices are your choices. You're a human, you want to play a game, play the game. Do you want to stream the game, promoting it, benefiting off of it? That's, again, on you. But you know it going in, right? It's the same thing like dyeing your hair green. You know when you go for a job interview, you're probably not going to get many jobs, but you know. You can't blame the company for it. You chose that. It's like getting a tattoo across your forehead, fuck the police, and then applying for a police job. You knew it. Oh, Miri, I'm getting there. Everything was fine up to there. Again, you just own your choice. Yes, I am playing that game. Yes, it's a financial decision. These are my feelings. That's not what happened. Instead, she chose an hour-long rant on how a marginalized community who is currently getting legislation passed against their existence, removing them from care, like medical care, mental health care, whatever the case may be, care, actively committing unaliving at the highest rate of people that are committing unaliving is Black trans women. And are actively being killed. Look at the UK. And she decided to go on an hour rant on why, too bad, they shouldn't be mad at me about this. It's not even that bad. I was in a war. I know what's bad and what's not. What the fuck? What in the actual, factual motherfucking fuck? I don't get it. If you're a white woman and you're listening to this, maybe marginalized people's trauma shouldn't be compared to yours, ever. Let alone the fact that you were then dismissing it. God damn. What a choice. And then doing it about anti-Semitism. Hey, you noticed it, so you must be the anti-Semite. What? What? If trans people are telling you that this is hurtful, it is. That's it. You don't get to make that decision. If people of color tell you something is racist, well, your job is to learn why, where you got it from, how you fix it. Jewish people say, hey, it's anti-Semitic. Learn why. Learn how to fix it. Learn your biases. I got you there. I didn't know some of the parts were. Honestly, growing up, I didn't see it. I'm a white woman who was raised Christian. I'm not now, but that's another story for another day. I learned. I now watch for it. It's really that simple. Same thing with this game. When people of color came up and they're like, hey, listen, this is about people trying to fight off their slavery. And we were trying to stop them. I was like, oh, great. Sounds good. So, after having an hour-long rant of this, which was a choice, okay, it was a fucking choice. This is my favorite part. She decides, hey, I don't think I cashed in enough on that rant. I'm going to put it on YouTube. Because I'm totally right. Fuck off. Fuck off. And then, hey, I know that people that are marginalized communities that are currently being killed don't like this, but don't bully me. It's worse. Doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down. We're at 2 videos, many tweets. Her second video started with her quoting Asmongold and how she's getting help from Asmongold. Because a misogynist bigot was the choice you wanted to make there. My God. Oh boy. Just... So yeah. I don't think the consequences are what she expected. I think, and this is just me, this is 100% my personal opinion. We can discuss it in a minute. I think, one, she thought that she was bigger than the backlash she would get. That her community would support her, whatever she said. I think she knew there would be some controversy, but she was bigger than that and she could get past it. I think that she has a bit of white woman syndrome. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what the terminology is, but the idea that my trauma is much worse than yours. Again, people who are physically getting legislated against, getting killed in the streets, and have a much higher rate of unaliving. But hey, white woman tears. That's the term I think it is. Pardon the French. So, and I think that's where it went. And the biggest, a lot of privilege. There's a lot of privilege there. And the biggest, and I think this is the most unintended consequence, one that at first glance I don't think I would have predicted. Her audience, which was a lot of LGBTQ plus people and Final Fantasy XIV fans, is now shifting to include a lot of far-right fans saying terrible stuff that's not being moderated against, and some of it even liked. So that's now the audience that, well, again, if you compare it to Asmongold, same thing. You can see a shift in him trying to change his content, but because he has that far-right image, if he has a woman on his stream, she gets destroyed. So he can't keep that persona, or he can't try to fix it to make himself look better. Because that's the audience that you accrued. That's your people now. So it's been an interesting dumpster fire. Yeah, well, that's what it is, right? That's Elaine. I'm gonna read this one out. The mods are banning anyone who says anything mildly critical of her. People say she has a point, but she should have been kinder. Gets banned. Yeah, and again, I'm not criticizing her playing the game. I think, as a person, it's not a choice I would make, and I wouldn't want to associate myself with her because of that choice she made. But you want to play a game, play a game. Do I consider you an ally? No. No. Do I consider you a bigot? Well, that's not up to me to decide. But again, the apology goes to other people, not me anyway. Back. What a mess. What a mess. And at this point, she's just digging down. Her tweet this morning was something like, I'm at a shit rodeo and everyone's a clown, or something like that. And we're like, no. Nope. I still, the only part that really, like, baffles me, like, a lot of her talking points I can not understand. I don't understand them at all, but I can see how someone believes that. It's wrong, but I can see how someone believes it. But the one that I don't get, that I'll never get, that I can't understand for the life of me. Why do you believe that your bullying is above being legislated against, being removed medical care, killed in the streets? I don't know. Truckload of manure, and that's why you're... Yep. I had seen that. So I don't know. That's on you. I hope she enjoys her new audience. That's it. I hope she enjoys it. I hope she enjoys the audience that she's curated. I won't be part of it. So, it is what it is. But still, like, mind-boggling. But yeah, still, if you guys haven't seen Stephanie Sterling's video, go watch it. It's spelled out for you. Which I think is great. Couldn't pay me enough to... No, not now. Like, it's very much something that I put her on, like, do not recommend and stuff like that on Twitch and on YouTube. On Twitter, she's not blocked. So I'm kind of enjoying watching her, like, sink. Just a little. I'm very, very... I feel so deeply for the people that are currently getting truly harassed, getting the death threats, getting everything because of the existence of this game. Again, legislated against. Removed care. I feel for them. I feel for trans people the most. They've gone fucking through it this last couple weeks. For existing. Which is insane. I don't know laws and stuff related to the US, but I do know there are a few bills that were very troublesome passing in some states. I did take the time to look up what trans care looks like in my own province. It's not great. It's really not. It was better a few years ago, because we used to have one clinic in the whole province that specialized in trans care and abortions. So once that clinic shut, it really cut back. Right now, it's very medical, a lot like the NHS in the sense that it's associated with dysphoria and stuff. To get care, you can either A, go through your GP to get you to a specialist to get started on HRT, or if your primary care won't give it to you, or you don't have primary care, you can go to a sexual health clinic and they'll put the referral in for you. And it's about a year and a half to see a specialist. Oh no, exactly. I very much feel for the trans people, trans fans of Final Fantasy XIV and stuff like that right now. Truly. Gone through it. My husband's crutching up over there. Crutching, not crotching. Checking up on him, making sure he's being good. He's not. Man, what a fucked up situation. I can't grasp it. Elaine, not really. My husband, who is grumpy jumpy. I work next to special. You need good insurance to get in there. Well, in Canada, it's still free. It just, they treat it like a medical disease. It is not. Okay, let's get that clear. It is not. But they treat it like a medical disease. And they'll refer you with dysphoria. And it takes about a year and a half to get into a specialist. Like, you'll get there, but you don't need all these hoops. You also need mental health referrals for like surgeries and stuff like that. Like, it's hoops. It's hoops. Jumping through hoops. It's covered, but it's jumping through hoops to get there. Yet if I had a large breast, I could get a breast reduction 6 to 18 months. Give or take. Because that's the other thing that people don't get. The medication that's prescribed in HRT is medication that is currently prescribed to other people. It's not special trans meds. It's not. The testosterone's given the same for low T in men. The estrogen that's prescribed is the same that you give for PCOS patients. It's the same you give for women that are having a hard time with menopause. Like, it's not a drug that's unheard of. It's there. It's right there. That's the scary thing. The line to get it is really incredible, depending on where you're coming from. Even better, you don't need a pelvic exam if it's for menopause. Like, there's no hoops to jump through if I needed that med. If my husband had a blood test coming back low T, there's no hoops for him to go through. 0. Oh, there you go. Here the only delay is how long it takes for the test results to come back. And how long it took him to book the appointment. Madness. Another good video to watch is, hold on. I'm gonna put these 2 videos in the chat. Bear with me. I can't spell Sterling, it would seem. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the chat. This is the video that I wish everybody would watch. I just wish everyone would watch. The intro's a little wonky because they're playing a skit and that's cute. If you can get past that, watch the rest. It is incredibly important. That is Stephanie Sterling's video. I'm gonna put that in the description actually. And I'm gonna add the second video. Instead of looking it up through YouTube, I Googled it because that's smart. And this is somebody who does extremely intelligent videos. Put that in the chat as well. That is PhilosophyTube. If you need to think and be taught philosophy at the same time, her videos are extraordinary. They're really good. I don't miss an upload. I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. I love her. Do I agree with all of her opinions on stuff or some of the topics she covers? No. But that's the point, is you hear the other side and you can think about it. However, that video is the process for the NHS to get somebody trans care. I'm going to repost that second video then. Yeah, the process for one transgendered woman to go through. And it's funny because it's not funny. Okay, I need you guys, it's funny. Because it's so bad it shouldn't be funny. Inevitable betrayal. That's bad. Okay, that's where I was supposed to go. Oops. Okay. How many more do I need? Okay, so we're good there. We're good there. I need 13 more of those. Then we can go get these guys. Okay. So yeah, that's the process that she went through. And of course it's PhilosophyTube, so there's some learning behind it. What's the process like for general people? What's the statistics behind it? But 133 emails to get trans care. Now, I don't know what it's like to be trans. I am not trans, and I will never ever understand that to any extent. I'm just not trans. I do know what it's like to be extremely frustrated, extremely, with medical care. I'm a fat woman, which I'm fine with. Listen, I'm good. I know what it's like to nearly lose hope, because regardless of what you went in for, you know what the answer is going to be. And it took me a year to get a ruptured disc to get diagnosed. A year. And hundreds of dollars of like remedies. Some tests I did twice because I didn't believe the answers. Like, just a lot. Because I was a fat woman looking for care. So, I mean, again, I don't know what their experience is like. It's supposed to be worse than what I had gone through and what typical women my size do. Jesus. Like, Jesus. That's my cat being a butt. But what a weird hill to die on. Hey, marginalized people, I get it worse than you. What? I don't get it. Now, one thing I didn't talk about was there's a few streamers that jumped on board Not just playing the game. Again, I don't agree with them playing the game, but that's up to them. They're big people. They can decide what they want. But full on supporting the narrative, and some of them I really liked. I considered like friends even. I won't name them, but it definitely hurt. I took them off of my socials because listen, not supporting people that are actively hurting marginalized communities is the fucking bare minimum we can do. I'm going to take a second just for that. I do not want any kind of praise or you did good, anything, for removing Zeppla off of Twitter, for not watching her videos, for unfollowing creators that agree with the mistreatment of trans people and of marginalized people. I don't want any. That's not a thing that people should be praising you for. It's the bare fucking minimum. It is impassive. Like, I didn't go out and picketed when they shut down that clinic. I was vocal on social media. I sent a few things to my MLA, but that was it. Like, I didn't do enough. It's the bare minimum to just not follow shitty people who are looking to hurt people. Some initially jumped in. And that's cool. Then I get that too, right? Listen, that makes sense because initially, if you don't know everything that's going on, it makes sense to kind of be like, hey, Zeppela's good. Like, what are you talking about? No. No. Like, Pyromancer. Again, this is not a creator that I enjoy. Most of the time, dislike. Rolled it back. I was like, shit. No. They looked into it. I was like, okay. Caught me off guard, I admit. But, you know, credit where it's due. Good job for doing your homework and rolling it back. But yeah, not supporting shitty people is the least we can do. The bare minimum. And in my opinion, not buying a Wizard game, but that's again on you. I'll never judge somebody who that's their level of fun. That's what makes them happy. Exactly. Exactly, Elaine. Like I said, it kind of blew my mind. There was a moment of, oh, okay. But no, I mean, I didn't have this on my 2023 bingo card. I started having bingo cards because what the fuck, man? It's been a rough couple of years. But that was not on my bingo card. But on the bright side, Octopath. Octopath is coming. Octopath next week. Like, I'm so excited. The 3 games that I told you guys that I would pay full price for is Octopath 2. The Last of Us next month. I am buying that motherfucker when it comes on PC. We are playing it through. We are going to cry a lot. Okay, we're just gonna do that. I've never played it through. Do I know a lot that happens in it? Yes, I've never played BioShock, but I can tell you what the sentence, "would you kindly" means. People who have never seen Star Wars can tell you who's Luke's father. We know how Last of Us ends. And how it starts. What the fuck? But no, I'll be buying that one. Full price, whatever they charge, take my money. And finally, no surprise to anyone, Baldur's Gate. Holy fuck, I want that game. It's not funny. It hurts now. I need it. The more they release about it, the more videos I see of the gameplay, the more idea, like, fuck, I want that so bad. I need it. No, oh, yeah, it's a horror game to a certain extent. From what I've heard, it is what zombies done right. I heard the show is just is incredible, but again, I know some of the story beats because The Last of Us is an iconic story, right? But I'll be watching it after. Okay, do zombies? That's 100% understandable. 100%. Even though I'm not that evil. Calvin! Calvin chose violence. That is so funny. I can do the spiders in Elder Scrolls because they're cartoony. Okay, now to get some Isle Wort on our way. I can handle them. I got used to them. But like, I get you. I can't. I want to let you know about the scream from, like, I woke the dead. Was it 2 nights ago? I'm sure the neighbors of the neighbors heard me. I thought I was safe from spiders in fucking Star Trek. I thought that in a universe expanded where the world is good and everything, those fucking things wouldn't exist. Fuck. They do. Blech. And the worst of it is it was so unexpected. Like, ugh. Now, I'm now aware that in season 7, episode 19, I've got it ingrained in my mind now. There is a spider episode, okay, where everyone gets turned into them. Which, what the fuck? Again, Star Trek, we need to have a serious talk. So that will be the, there's only 2 episodes that I would have skipped. That and there's a R word one. I skipped that one. I googled how it ended and I was like, what the fuck? There's an episode where Diana Troy gets assaulted. Which, what the, no, what the fuck? It's Star Trek. No. Don't like that. Oh, like I was in the worst was that I have a large bedroom upstairs. I was in a lazy boy chair. Husband was on the bed laying down and I was watching it on an iPad and I was just laying, I was knitting, and then all of a sudden this death scream come out and he's like, what? Tarantula. The worst of it is I should have seen it coming, but I didn't. No, I'm not gonna, you know what? I'm not gonna like admit that. I should not have seen it coming. It shouldn't have happened. It was an episode about facing your fears. Okay, so we're afraid of the teleporter, transporter. They were afraid of the transporter, so eventually O'Brien tells a quick story about how he overcame his fear of spiders because he had to, and then he was good. Cool, whatever. It was a throwaway sentence. 1 sentence. The story is a twist, and eventually the guy gets over his fears. Everything is good. All's well that ends well. And it ends, this is the worst, is it ends the last couple of minutes. And O'Brien and the other guy gets at a table and they're like, oh, you faced your fears. It's really good. Oh yeah, it's really good. What's in the box? Opens the box. Big fucker tarantula. He's like, yeah, I got this as a pet. Since I conquered my fear. Fuck you! Barkley. It is a Barkley. I had forgotten his name. But yes, it is the Barkley episode. Fuck you. A throwaway sentence became a scream of death. Why did you do that? Why? For why? No. We are 400 years from now and you go and fuck with me like that? Fuck. Oh, and while we're talking about stuff that... Oh, I don't know, Riku. I have no idea. Your girl didn't finish watching that one. It only took a second. And then I waited with my eyes closed until the, like, ending music came on. I heard it, and I believe that's what happened. But I didn't see it. Because nope. Oh, that'll be so fun, Galvin. But yeah. No. No, ma'am. If that was my job as an actor, I would quit. I would quit. If that thing was in my car is trash now. I need a new car. It's really, really simple stuff. Fuck that. Fuck that. No. Anyway, it was a death scream. Oh, probably will. Probably will. That'll be a Baldur's Gate thing, 100%. Also, speaking of funny things about shows, old shows, have you guys, and this is pretty specific, have you guys ever seen The Goonies on VHS or Disney Plus? That is a very specific question for, where was it? No, it was on a streaming service. VHS or a streaming service. Only. Not on TV. But on a streaming service or VHS. I'm not big into movies. Let's start there. But last night, we had some time. My husband's like, hey, invited the kids up. You want to watch a movie? Sure. Okay. We go by The Goonies, and my son said he's never seen it. And we're like, that needs to be rectified. So we put it on from a streaming service. One, that movie's a lot longer than we thought, and I remember it to be. And two, there's some very adult humor in there. Like, I understand that not everything ages well, especially from the 80s, but there's a whole moment where they're playing with a little dick. Legitimately. And I was like, I don't remember that. My husband's like, you didn't have it on VHS, did you? And I was like, what do you mean? It's like, then you just saw it on TV, didn't you? And I'm like, yeah. It's like, well, that part didn't make it to TV. I was like, flabbergasted. It was funny. Kinda. So when you really think about it, it's like, it's a really crude joke, but and directed. But yeah, I didn't remember that. And it's a sequence a few minutes long. That's the funny part. It's like a longer sequence. Like they play this joke for a while. I had no idea. Caught me off guard anyway. Also, and it might just be me and my bad memory of being old, I don't remember that movie having so much screaming in it. Oh my goodness. I watched it, I was a little bit older when I watched it because it came out around the time I was born, so by the time I was watching it, it was like already on TV kind of thing. And back then stuff had to be fucking old by the time it made it to TV. But yeah. What the fuck? Yeah, there's a lot more screaming than I remember. Because the movie is like 60% kids screaming. Which is fine. Like, I have no problem with it. It's just, you know what I mean? When you have a certain like vision in your head of how like badass this movie was. And it is. It's still a good movie. Don't get me wrong. This is not me saying, hey, this movie sucks. Watership Down. Which one was that one? Let me go see. I don't watch a lot of movies today. Just not my... movie. 78. Nope. Holy shit, look at the fucking pictures for it. I can see why that's traumatizing. No, I never seen that one, and I never read it. I had no idea. I knew it existed. Yeah, I had no idea. It was, wow, that's some pretty, imagery. Go to war. Yeah, I really don't watch a lot of movies, so. But anyway, Goody's still good. It's just, at that moment, I couldn't believe they did this gag with his penis for that long. And I was like, ow! Well then. A movie that I seen, and you guys can make fun of me all you want. Again, I don't watch many movies. I seen this last Christmas, not this Christmas, but last Christmas, for the first time. Monty Python's Holy Grail, or Chase for the Holy Grail, or whatever. And that movie's the opposite. That movie not only stands the test of time, that movie is good the first time you watch it. Sweet Jesus, it was good. I don't think I've ever cried laughing as hard as I did. The Quest for the Holy Grail. That's the name of it. That funniest shit ever. The funniest like. Even my kids were like, really, Mom? It ain't that funny. And I was like, it's so funny. Pre-ordered Final Fantasy 16? Fuck yeah, congrats. Look at you, good job. I can't, unless I win the lottery, I can't justify a PS5 this year. No way. Or unless I don't go to FanFest. No way. No, I can't do it all. I will be going to some local conventions though. Or if I get a house. I don't think I will. Because that's our first big step. Like next week, my husband's calling the mortgage broker. Chances are he's getting a no. Okay, it's a 99.9999% chance he's getting a no. And we're aware of that. But we want to check that box, say we did it. See what our options are for the future, and go from there. So chances are it's no. But we're going to try it. But if I got one, I'll buy a PS5. Theater Rhythm. We're getting Theater Rhythm in a month, but for Switch. I have a Switch. We have Switch Lights here. Yeah, basically, to get a house, you need 3 things. And we have one. We have almost the second one. And the third one, we're a little bit short. So much established credit after rebuilding. Credit score, down payment. The credit score needs work. It's not perfect. It's not where it needs to be. So much time after. I need another year. The honest answer, he needs another year. But who knows? We'll try it. Maybe. And third one, down payment. I have the down payment. Down payment's not the problem. Which is fucking mind-blowing. That still bothers me. I have money. Money's not the problem. So, we might get a, maybe in 6 months, we might get a, ma'am, wait the full year. Or we might get a, you know what, I might be able to work something out. The chances of it being the other two are better. Like, we're aware. We are, like, you know what I mean? We aren't getting our hopes up for it. We understand that it's probably a no. Like, we're there. We're just checking off that box. And then after we get the no, we're going to be actively looking for places to rent. Because right now, in the places we want to rent, there are 6 units available in one city. All 6 units don't allow pets. And in the other place, there's like 7 units available. 6 don't allow pets. 1 is an exorbitant price. It's cheaper to stay where I'm at and travel 3 hours. So, we wait. And again, for the record, the Canadian renting season's coming. So it's not like we're like, oh, you're fucked then. No, I'm not fucked. We're good. Reams, yes. However, if I have it my way, I will not be Julia Chai. That's not the cosplay I'm trying to make. If I have it my way. Listen, if I have no time, I will be Julia Chai. If I have lots of time, or if I get, like, efficient, God knows, I've got something bigger and badder coming. Who knows? I will try. But yeah, that's the plan. That's the master plan for the next couple months. Just keep watching the rental market. Get our no. I have mentioned it before, like in passing. But it's like, it's secret because it's a character that not a lot of people think of when they want to cosplay, and I'm like, makes sense. And while the character seems difficult on the onset, it's not. A lot of the stuff on this character is pretty basic. Which works for me. Because I mean, Julia Chai is easy. I can do Julia Chai. And I'm not saying that as I'm a goddess of so. No, listen. Look at the character. Oh, let's bring her up. Julia Chai. Again, she's beautiful. She's stunning. We love her. But if we look at her. Okay, I want a nice big fucker image. Open image. New tab. There. Okay. This isn't difficult. Right? It is a jacket. Which I would probably make a thinner one because heat. A top piece and a skirt. This golden stuff is actually, you can either A, embroider it, which probably would look best, or C, you can go to the local craft store, buy the shit for the crickets, the vinyl, and print it on. Beads, we all can find beads. Costume jewelry is not hard to get. And the ears and the tail, I've got the materials here to make. I have them. So again, pretty simple cosplay. Nothing wrong with it. There's no complaints. But the one that I'm looking at is, it seems much harder when you first look at it. Then when you start picking it apart, you're like, wait a second. That's just that. Oh, well, that's just that. That part, well. But Adulia Chai actually would be interesting to embroider that shirt. Because then you would get the actual look that she's going for. It's rich, it's extravagant, it's... Like, you can get it nice. And that jacket, you could probably buy it off the rack, honestly. A nicer house coat, or like a nice overshirt. Like that shirt exists in the wild. In my size. It does. Hello, Morgan. So, like, it's not a difficult project. Can I do that? Yes. You make the skirt, you make the shirt, buy the jacket. The hardest part's the embellishments. Exactly. All you would need is like a nice bathrobe so it don't look like a bathrobe. Or like put some buttons and stuff on it to make it not look like a bathrobe. Something like, again, a little bit of embellishments and you can make it look real good. Or some ostrich feathers for the sides. A little expensive, but you can get the I'm rich bitch look out of it. The embroidery, like I said, the embroidery is actually the interesting part. If you were to embroider that, I think it would look great. But that's my humble opinion. And yes, I can embroider. That's something that's in my wheelhouse. I can do that. I want to go see if I got the stuff already. The other one, like I said, and I'm going to tell you guys, me and my project manager programming lessons, take big tasks, small actions. Oh, nice. Morgan, I am currently in the middle of studying to challenge the PMP, so I understand the idea of it. This is the one that I would like to do. Doesn't mean I will. It'll depend on time and money. Time more than money, actually, on this one. Would you believe? And again, it should catch you off guard. It shouldn't catch you off guard. This is exactly who you think I should have done. So let me see if I can find a nice image of them. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Whew. That's a nice image of them. Bear with me. I am trying to be good. Okay, I just want to say that out loud. Let's see. Actually, I might have them in another folder. Actually, I think I have their pictures here in folder. Hold on. Assets. Raw characters. Yeah, I do have it. Ha ha! Hee hee. Hold on, I'll try to get another one. I wish that would come up on this side so I could see what the fuck I'm opening. Bear with me. I can't get a good one, can I? Just standing there would be good. NPC. Alright, here's a good one. Hold on. Stop it. Why are you like this? Open in a new tab. There. It's Google. Give me some credit here. Yep. Bravo. His...
Sorry, I don't understand this.
Who the fuck's asking? Everyone calm down. There. It's not that hard when you look at it. I can't find some good... Here, let's get you back to my Google image instead of stop dicking around. Okay. What's cool about him is that he's not difficult per se. Hold on. Let's get you image new tab. Well, that didn't help. There's not a lot. Here's a good one. It's again too small. Why are you guys like this? I wish you could find the NPCs in real life. It's not that many when you like look at it. What's interesting about him is, hold on. Let's see if that'll do it. Because when you look at it, a lot of it's covered, right, with a giant blanket. There's a few bits of armor. Underneath this armor, we've got a one-piece small dress, a little bit of armor and sandals, and the hardest part is the bull. Like, it's pretty basic armor. It's not like Warcraft armor where it's big and bulky, except for that bull piece. And that's the interesting part, because again, this part's easy. So if I could get, like, time. Because even then, you could have, like, much simpler leg pieces. And it would still do the trick, right? I'm not a professional. But yeah, you got a large blanket covering most of your arm. Most of your side body. I wish there was more post ARR. Or post Heavensward. Like, see? Like, that part's not hard to make. This is a belt. Simple dress underneath. So that would be the large goal. I don't think I'll make it. It depends on time. Are you fucking for real? 3? Ugh. Almost there. We almost got it. But that's the goal. If not, again, I'll do Julia Chai. If worst comes to worst, I might even... Another idea is just do Julia Chai, but embroider it. Cost me, like... That would be the cheapest option. Time inducive, but I mean, I can embroider. It's not something that I can... It's something that's in my wheelhouse. It's not something that I have to work to get. I got it. It's right there. Think you can still find him in Alamigo? I hope so. Because that or cutscenes and stuff. Because again, we'll find him in New Game Plus. It's not that... Like, he had a whole section devout to him. In a Stormblood. Where you're with him, you're talking to him, you're discussing things, like... Like, I can get what I need. It's just, I'm surprised there's not much on Google. Either way... I kind of like the character because it's something that, one, nobody will expect, and two, if I can do it right, will look so cool. As a woman in that role, I like that. The idea of gender bending, because even then you can change the breastplate up a little bit and, you know, make it a breastplate. Add some curve to it. There's also the table at the end. He absolutely is. That's where I got some screenshots of him doing silly stuff. I had spent a lot of time my first year doing this, thinking I could get a lot of thumbnails and stuff from that. And I'm like, well, it didn't work out, now did it? But, okay, I'm gonna get one more for good measure. Gender Ben Nofika. Can you imagine this guy half like shirtless comes in and full dress? I love it. I fucking like, I kind of like the idea of gender fucking characters. I do. And Raoban, who is so masculine. You know what I mean? Add the curve of a woman in that armor. Because again, that belt, lower it a little bit, bring the armor up. That is going to be a look. Leave the skirt exactly as long as it is. You could change the sandal for like a strappy sandal that goes all the way up. You'd still have the same effect. Or even a daintier arm piece or leg piece. And more important, and you have to keep the bowl. That's the hardest part, is the damn bowl. Like, I kind of like that idea. I do. Well, I wouldn't do a high heel. Not because I don't like them, not because I don't wear them. Like, don't get me wrong. That's not the story here. The reason why you wouldn't do a high heel is, how do I put this lightly? Have you ever worn a heel? And that's not a dig nor a I'm being a dick. It's for those of you who have worn them. It's an endeavor. It's something else. It's a lot. And how do I put this? It's asking a lot. Exactly. Elaine's got it. You'd be at a convention or something all day in a pair of heels. No, ma'am. It's one thing if you were in a cosplay competition. Different story, right? At that point, you'd wear the heels for the show and for all of that. But no, I wouldn't be doing that. No. I like my feet a lot more than that. My poor little tootsies. No way. Like, I own heels. It's not because I dislike heels. Even something with a small heel. But then again, you're in a flat sandals all... No, that'd be painful as fuck. Asking for trouble. I want to see how much that alligator is. Hold on. Calorie exchange. 35. Still got some ways to go. Do not regret. I bought a pair of loafers for work. They haven't been fucking delivered yet. They've been delayed twice, and I'm starting to lose my patience because I want them for the office like next week. But I do keep I do keep 2 pairs of heels for interviews, for CEO or somebody important coming down. And I do have a couple of knee highs with a little bit to it. Enough to say that there is some. But I do own them. It's just... It's 2023 now. Fuck heels. We don't need heels anymore. Elaine, I'm right there. I'm with you. I'm at that spot now where I'm like, why? Why? I'm not at an event. I'm not a model. We are at a fucking office. I'm going to wear the fancy stuff, but they don't need to be 3 inches tall. Oh, that's a pain in the ass, Calvin. I bought some stuff from Old Navy, actually. For those of you who don't know, I'm a fat woman. So shopping for stuff that fits and doesn't cost you, your firstborn child is a difficult combination. But I did find some nice stuff there. It's just it's been delayed a couple times. And I want my stuff. Exactly, Mary. And again, I'll wear them for interviews. I will wear them like where I'm needed. But I've spent 3 years working from home in Crocs. Which, by the way, I have come to the unconscious decision that I am 110% getting new Crocs for my birthday. Pink. Of course they're gonna be pink. Of course. Because I've worn these ones the fuck out. Hold on. Let's get into my bard. But that's the goal. Eat eggies. Okay, let's go. I'm level 56, so that means I can... Oh, men wear high heels. Exactly. And I don't feel bad for them. But we're also, and it's social requirements of the social requirements of women is incredible still to this day. And it sucks, but you pretty much have to own a pair of heels. Like, it's one of those things where it's not required, but you probably should. Women have lost jobs and job opportunities for not wearing heels. Once you get it, though, different story. Come on, one more DPS, let's go. But like, yeah, I own a gray pair and a black pair that are smaller. I wish I owned the same heels in 2 colors. I wish I owned the gray pair in both gray and black. Because they're just a nicer heel. Eventually I need to go buy a black pair. A nicer black pair. Ushiba! My girl. But it's definitely one of those I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Oh, I never have. And the sad part is that you don't have a choice not to participate in it. Like, it's not a choice. You don't get that choice. Who said you got that choice? Like, that's not a choice you get. Because regardless, you don't know who your interviewer is. You don't know their social opinions. So, do you take a chance at not knowing who they are as people? Maybe they find it super offensive that women don't wear heels. You don't know. Maybe a woman without makeup looks tired. Really, fucking really. And I mean, I say this as someone who enjoys wearing makeup, but it's a choice, right? Oh, fuck. But yeah, like, it's just something you always do. What's this do? Oh. Like, you don't know who the fuck is interviewing you. You don't know if they believe that women should look a certain way. You don't know if they don't like tattoos, if tattoos offend them. You don't know that. You have no idea. Do you take the chance? Is you not getting that job worth you standing up and not taking the chance? Same thing as like stupid stuff like concealer. I said that once to my daughter. I said, always wear concealer at an interview. And she was like, that's bullshit. And I'm like, I understand it's bullshit. I didn't say it wasn't bullshit. All I said was, the reality of your situation is you either do or you don't. If you don't, well, that's cool, but if you look tired, well, what are they gonna say? It makes you look awake. After a certain age, I think, it doesn't hurt. Same thing, for those of you who don't know, I haven't dyed my natural hair in months. Okay, she's gray. I can't believe how gray she is. I want to say like 20% gray. Already. And that's a question that I had asked myself. Like, if I ever had to take an interview, I lost my job. Do I keep the gray to look like I have experience, I'm older? Or do I cover it up because I am a woman? Oh, cute! Women aren't supposed to have gray hair. When you stop and realize that, it's like, okay. K's, I 100% get that. For the last interview I had, okay, and I know you're not supposed to do this, but I talked about my kids a lot. A lot. And the reason why is because, and I'm not saying this to insult anybody, but I walked into that role. I had seen, like, when I walked in, I looked at the office and I saw that most people there were my parents' age. I was like, shit. Shit. Uh-oh. I knew I was young. And I look young. I'm not, and again, that's not me trying to be like, I am so good and smart. Look at me, I'm so young. No. Yay. I looked young. So I was like, well, shit, I know. So I played up my kids. I talked about my kids. For those of you who don't know, I have a teenager who's going on 15. Like, well, like in high school, teenager. So when they ask, like, so, your hobbies, well, my teenager keeps me busy. You have a teenager? Yes. And you can imagine, oh, yeah, and they would play it off, and I'd be like, ha ha ha, you think I'm older than I am. You don't know, I had this kid at 20. But that's the bullshit that I would pull in my interviews and stuff. Glasses I have to wear? They ain't up for debate. I'm getting my eyes checked later this week. I will be buying some new glasses this week. So hopefully we'll see what they come in. Those of you who don't know, I buy my glasses online. Every time, 100% of the time. This is 100% not sponsored. Teach young kids the fact that I have kids myself. Oh, gotcha. That's actually makes a lot of sense, Case. So, like, not sponsored, but I wish they would sponsor me. Zenny. I know USA has like other options, but in Canada. There's not a whole lot of options. There's more now than there was, but Zenni Optical. 1, dirt cheap. 2, even my prescription is there. I have a thick prescription. My lenses are thick, which fine. But more than anything, they are cheap, but they feel cheap. Okay, they're very light. Now, to some people, they're like, Peeps, I like a thick rim, I like heavy glasses. Fine, you do you. However, I wear headphones all day. I did get a set of AirPods recently, and I like them a lot. But, like, you know, I wear this stuff all the time. I wear glasses. I can't find the bathroom without them. Like, I need glasses. They're heavy as fuck. Like, I'm sorry, but they are. They're heavy as fuck. However, Zenni, it's a plastic, and the plastics, for the most part, are very, very thin. So no problem at all picking them up, using them all day, super lightweight. Same thing for, whatchamacallits, these ones are metal frame. They're super duper light. They're cheap enough you can get yourself 2 or 3 pair for the price of like what you would typically pay at the eye doctor. Again, not sponsored at all, but like, you know, if you're listening, call me. I'll endorse you 100%. High school. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? Elaine, I couldn't. I could not imagine. That would suck. Can you imagine that being your brother or sister? Fuck that. Well, here. Hold on. Let me see if it logs me in. We don't like getting doxxed, okay? Okay. Again, not sponsored, but call me. Look at these prices. And again, these are lightweight. If you don't like that and you're like, listen, this feels a little cheap, I'd rather spend more money and get something thicker or heavier or whatever, that's on you. Listen, you wear these on your face all day, so get what you want. But I mean, just look at flowers on it. Look at rainbow. Rainbow flowers. How about that? Pink. Oh, I like them actually a lot. How about white? Oh, that's clear. I like that. See what I mean? $16. And spoiler alert, they offer you a free lens with it. However, don't be cheap with that. You can get anti-glare for $5. It's like $5 or $6, so it could be $6. Get the anti-glare. I learned that that's a big thing. My first order I made from them, like, I want to say 6 years ago. I didn't get it because I was like, I'm going to save some money. I smart. That wasn't smart. That was dumb. I forgot that this thing was my level, and I was like, wait a second, why is my attacks not destroying it? I forget that I'm actually in Heaven's Ward stuff. Uh-oh. Yeah, spend the extra $6. Get the anti-glare. And shipping's $10. Which, if you're Canadian, that's standard. I don't know if what it's like in the US. They probably have it cheaper. But in Canada, $10 for shipping is generally valid. Healthcare covers... That's awesome, Case. In Canada, healthcare is covered. However, eye care is not. Neither is dental. It's considered a luxury. Non-essential. Because you don't need your fucking eyes or anything. It's something that we've got a couple political parties looking to change. Some political parties saying, no, you pay your own shit. In Canada, we have an insurance system, a lot like the US when it comes to dental and optical. So I have insurance that covers most of the cost. So like when it comes to eye care, it covers 100% of the visit up to like $150 per person. And there's usually like you gotta pay a little bit extra, like 20 or something. And glasses, I get $300 for every 2 years, which will more than cover like 3 or 4 pair. It's not enough to cover contacts over 2 years. Dental, I have a large insurance. It pays 90% of most dental. So you need a tooth pulled, you need a crown, you need something corrected. Basically anything that is not vanity is covered by insurance. With my insurance, I think it was around $20 some. But again, this is insurance. It's something I get through work. It shouldn't be that way. I shouldn't have to rely on work to have dental care. Like that's something that's very American, and I disagree with completely. But I pay between 20 and 40. I don't remember the real price. I had some teeth removed for my braces, so. Hold on, let me get the reputation here. Passing day, Ranu shares secret of botany. Redeliver to the Bantu, no more violence. Let's help him with his words. Does not fear Bantu youths, please. Okay. Yeah, so I disagree that we need this. Okay? Like, that's very much a part of it. Like, I disagree that it should be a thing. But I'm happy that my work covers a lot of that. Exactly, Elaine. Like, a lot of my teeth problems that I have today were because we couldn't afford dental care. Like, as a kid, this is very, very true, but as a child, my mouth is shaped like a U, but closer to like a V than a U. Like, it's very narrow and very small. So when my teeth were growing in, I had impacted teeth badly, especially when my wisdom teeth came in. It got so bad that it was cracking. Like, the pressure cracked 4 teeth. But my mother couldn't afford to bring me to a dentist, and she was working a job that didn't have insurance, so it ended up costing her something like $1,800 in the late 90s, early 2000s. That gives you an idea on price. Like, a lot. So we only went when it got bad. Like, again, I had cracked teeth. And to be perfectly honest, again, we grew up very poor. But to be perfectly honest, I only got those teeth repaired in the last 2 years. The cracked teeth. Basically, because again, I was poor for a while. I was paycheck to paycheck. So I would get a tooth fixed if it got a cavity or if it needed to get pulled. And then I ended up getting them repaired prior to getting braces, now that I have now that I've got a pretty good job. So yeah, like, and I probably wouldn't need braces, or I would need less of them if I would have got dental care as a kid. Exactly. Now I'm in a position to where I can afford to get work done. Same thing as my son. My son is currently being watched. They told us, hey, chances are he's going to need braces. Chances are he may need one of his canines ain't coming down. So they may have to go get it. It's not nearly as invasive as it sounds. Okay? But he's going to get that. We can afford it. It's going to happen. Something that I couldn't do when I was young. And that's not because I'm better than my parent. I'm just not in the same financial position as my parents were. So common for Americans in Japan to avoid. Oh, absolutely, out of habit, because you don't know what it could be. It could cost you an arm and a leg. Like, how do you survive? Like, it's a big deal. Oh, thank you very much, Calvin. I appreciate that. And remember, I'm in Canada, in a place where this shit shouldn't scare you, but it does. What it's like in a red state. Yeah, exactly. What meets Lena joy, looks healthy as crops, nourishing the springs, Lena flees upon the other Gundu. A new island to call home. This year they passed for people in certain situations, like living in impoverished conditions or making less than a certain amount, that kids' dental care will be covered up to a certain point. That happened this year or last year, like within the last 365 days. Which I agree. I 100% agree. Yes. Oh, exactly. Case, exactly. My kids don't need... My kids don't have to worry about going, like, doctor visits, not a problem. But let me give you another one that's actually a big problem, okay? And this is something I'm currently dealing with. I have a daughter who we are trying to get diagnosed with autism. We have been trying for a long time. In her 3rd or 2nd grade, the teacher came up to me and said, hey, let's talk about what the spectrum means. And I was like, what do you mean? We had this talk. And there's 2 ways to get a autism diagnosis in my province or in Canada. 1, through our national healthcare system, provincial healthcare system. Or 2, private care. I was warned that the provincial healthcare system would take a long time. But she was functioning okay. They didn't look like she needed a resource at the time. They said, you know what, we'll just adjust what we can, and it'll be good. It'll be fine. And this is back when I was paycheck to paycheck. So I was like, okay, how much does a autism test cost privately? About $3,000. Excuse me? Okay, then I'll wait. Since then, we moved cities, moved schools. I asked them to put me on the list for it. Turns out they forgot. Then I tried them again to get her on the list. And she's now in high school, grade 9, and still hasn't got assessed. now a lot of the problems that come with autism, not problems, it's situations and stuff like that, in high school are starting to show. Because high school, you're very independent. You're doing things on your own. Right? Like, in school, in like middle school, like grade school, teachers will follow you. Teachers will tell you, hey, you didn't hand that in. Or no, you absolutely need to hand that in. Oh, your behavior is unacceptable. Let's work through it. Stuff like that, right? In high school, they don't give a shit. Not one fuck to give. Did you pass in your assignment? No. Well, you fail. That easy. Have a good day. Oh, you didn't show up to your class? Well, I'm not chasing you. You didn't show up. So, he's also to look forward to tribes growing closer. So yeah, so the first semester didn't go well. I'm not getting into details, but did not go well. And now we're like, okay, listen, y'all didn't help. Now I'm in a financial position where my insurance covers most of that. I can cover the rest of that. Let's figure this shit out, please. So even while still being on the list to get an assessment, get a diagnosis, because turns out the part that blows my mind is that a diagnosis is required for people to really help you, which I was like, come on. It's unattainable. Takes forever to get. Why are you guys like this? It's for a feast. But anyway. So. Oh, cute. Like, okay, we know she needs help. We know that it's not where it needs to be. We know that you know what I mean? Like, we understand that. You see it. There's nothing not obvious about it, right? I'm gonna take your other 3 ones. How about that? Like, again, all very obvious. It's just, I can't get the help. Or I can get some help, just not all of the help that she needs. Oh, nice. Let's see, what else we get? I got that. But, yeah, the idea that there's very little help until you get that diagnosis, I was like, fuck off. That's not fair. So yeah, we're in the middle of going through that. And in the end, private care is probably what's going to end up doing it. She has a doctor's appointment next week to refer her, and then next steps. Which again, my mind is still blown. This is what you have to do, but it's been years. And Elaine, I didn't know that. I did not know. Mind you, there was very little masking before. Like, it came off as bad behavior quite a bit. Quite a bit. But the reality of it is that, no, that's what it is. We know it. It's a matter of dealing with it. Or what they sometimes message the criteria to get kids to help they need it. Oh, that's awesome. Honestly. Yeah, when it comes to criteria, I don't know how to nicely say this, but if you look it up, I think only like a couple things out of everything that she's not, you're like, oh, but the rest, and you're like, yeah, no, that's her. Like, there's very little doubt. It's just a matter of getting it on paper so I can get help from the school. That's where we're at. It's good to see you have experience in it. I only have experience in it as a parent who has been aware. Like, there's no secret, okay? Like, that's not the question here. I've always been aware, just not knowing how to handle it as a parent. And I know that's not the right term, because it's not a handling, but you see what I mean. How to adjust, how to parent in those circumstances. And I want to be very candid when I say this. Nothing feels more like a failure than when they right now, where I tried to get her tested and stuff, and she needs it now, and she hasn't had it. Like, that feeling sucks. That I should have gotten this done sooner. I should have found the funds. You know what I mean? That feeling sucks. I admit that. And I don't want to make it perfectly clear. Perfectly clear. There ain't no blame on her. Huh. Ah, right there. There. I got worried for a second. Okay, back out. Oh, it's in the shape of a little heart. All good. Don't even worry about a case. I don't apologize. You're fine. You're doing great. I appreciate you even being here. Yeah, Canada's definitely got its issues. And it's embarrassing to say we don't. Oh shit, I did get it. That's the only thing, is like, to sit there and say we don't, that is a lie. Fat lie. Do I prefer the system in the US? Yes. 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 But she's still got work to do. And the other half is like, there's still an interesting idea that only the last couple of years did we get this, get dental care for children approved. It wasn't a thing. Like, it wasn't a thing 2 years ago. Mind-boggling. And even then, it's not universal. It's by circumstance, which again, I am fine with as long as the people who need it get it. I'm in a position today where if my kids need a cleaning, they can have it. I'm in a position today if they say, again, my son needs braces. It's inconvenient, it'll suck, it'll be expensive, but he'll be fine. He'll get it. So I'm not the target audience here. But again, the important is the people who need it get it. One thing that Canada does do right, though, is the family allowances. Before, if you had a kid under a certain age, you got a family allowance. No questions, no debates, no nothing. You got one. If it was under 6, it was higher, but everybody got the same, regardless of income. So that means people making $1 million still got $60 per head for each kid above 6, I think it was, and then 160 below. Where today, it's much more, first of all, today it's not taxable. It used to be taxable, which what the fuck, but anyway, it's not taxable and it's based on income. You get X amount based on how many kids you've got and based on your household income. So that means people who need it more get more. And people who don't need it, I think it's 200,000, I think was the mark. And you no longer receive benefits, which at 200,000. Really? I can't go into too much detail, but knowing that, okay, this is a story that actually this is why I don't like working in the office, by the way. Or one of the many, 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 many reasons. One day, a woman came up to me in the office. Okay, a woman came up to me in the office, a random woman. She's like, hey, you got kids? Yeah. Do you get the family allowance? And I was like, it's a little personal, but yeah, most Canadians do. It's so unfair. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, well, my daughter doesn't get it. Is there a problem? Because usually if there's a problem, you didn't register your kids, you moved and you didn't update your address. There's a reason why it can sometimes get delayed or stopped for a reason. Is there a problem? No, they said that she makes too much money. Okay. Well, it's not fair. She pays the most into the system. She should get the most back. My response wasn't work appropriate, but it definitely slipped out. To which I said, don't you have to make over $200,000 a year to not qualify? And she was like, yeah. I was like, so you're telling me that she wants the same privilege as people who make under $10,000 a year get? She looked at me and I'm like, that's one hell of a overprivileged kid, don't you think? And she didn't talk to me again. I couldn't believe it. It blew my fucking mind. There are people trying to survive on less than $20,000 a year. Little Miss Thing at $200K plus is fighting to get $300 a month. It's chump change. Anyway. Y'all wonder why I don't like my office? I don't. It's another thing I learned is that there are a lot of people that grew up in privileged backgrounds and they don't know it. That's the other thing I learned working in an office, like corporate. It's something that took me like way off guard when I first learned about it, but I was like, wow. Like, mind-blowing. But yeah, complaining that couldn't get a few extra $100 a month when you make over 200K. Jesus. Well, let's switch it up. Let's go to... My Dark Knight's still not... 88. I haven't been playing as much as I would like to, if I'm being really honest. Oh, 100% Calvin. Like, I had another word for her. I can't repeat it on stream. Like, again, very few words I don't repeat, but I had another word for her. There's this other girl that when she asked me this, and again, this was very much a situation of this was the wife's job and the husband made triple, quadruple what she made and we make good money. But the wife asked me, she's like, how many kids are in your kids' class? And I was like, excuse me? She's like, how many kids are in your kids' class? And I was like, 20-ish? 24 maybe? And I was like, what's going on? She's like, well, my son's class, they had 12 in his class, and I've been writing to the principal and they won't answer me. And I'm like, how did you manage that? Like, I mean, is he in English only? Like, my kids are in French immersion. Maybe, like, what school do they go to? Oh, they go to private school. But I pay that money for my kid to have 8 to a class. I was like, like, 8 to a class. I have an autistic daughter. 8 to the class. I don't understand why I'm not getting what I want. Fuck off. Yeah. I learned that quite a bit though, working in corporate. How many people were born privileged. And keep in mind that even though I grew up poor, there's still some ethics of privilege here. But still, I was like, come on, come on. 8 to a classroom. Can you imagine? I want that. But enough complaining. I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining. I'm good. We're good. It was a good night. I am glad though I was able to get off my chest that I was feeling rough about my kid's eventual diagnosis. But 32. Yeah, I think there was something like that. 'Cause we were a big class. We were an exceptionally big class when I was in high school and stuff. Like, 30 is not normal, but typically between 20 and 30 is. Like, it's not, it was abnormally large, but I don't have you unlocked. Or do I? Oh, hold on, I'll come back for you. I should have that unlocked, or am I just going crazy? I don't know. I can't tell. Yeah, this was a heavier stream. We definitely went over like a slew of topics, which I enjoy. I really do. I'm not afraid of talking about them. Kali Vradia. I don't know if that's pronounced correctly at all. But I thank you very much, Starfall. Oh no, that's good. Thought I maybe not had it unlocked because it wasn't bright. It was a heavier topic night, for sure. But I'm not afraid of touching those topics. Same thing as politics. I'm not afraid of touching those topics. However, I don't like touching American politics for two reasons. One, as a Canadian, my news source is inundated with American news, and you're like, listen. And on the other side of the coin is I know my own politics very well. Or, I mean, I try. Like everybody else, I try. Alright, look, I saw the thing, and we're gonna go get the thing. Okay, what do you got? What next? Oh, you're there. Latest supporting Mother Molting and Holmian, if you'd be so kind. Has come dry and slightly rough. She'll be shedding her skin before long. We definitely discussed Zepla a lot. And the harm that she's been up to. We discussed the fan fest and the ticket system. Because that's a thing that people went fucking crazy over. Megan on his helmet. Johnny stayed overnight, but he's come down with something. First saw shortness of breath, flushed cheek, signs of fatigue, normal medicine tea, but that doesn't seem to work. Have to try something else. Huh? Is that a damsel in distress? Fear not, your cries are What are you doing, Dumlin? Is that any way to treat your would-be savior? Savior, you could save the trouble of trouncing on you again by buggering off and never coming back. There you go. My girl. You're looking... amazed you're not dead yet. Amazing people is my specialty. So you're helping the gatekeepers. Great minds think alike. Oh, 100%. He creeped up her and did creepy things. You get happy pappy. Our bond goes beyond the measure of mere acquaintance. Why? We're like siblings. If you're a sibling, it'd be clear that which one of you got all the brains. Captain Alpa, I understand. Fear sometime? Some useful information? Go then, tell us. Fortunate soul is lovesick. I'm absolutely certain of it. Your violent outbursts notwithstanding, I must admit you possess a rather charming demeanor. My feminine wiles, I'm a soldier. No, don't need to be shy. You are the belle of the resistance. He's the most Tia of all Tias. Ah! Mizette, what are you saying, lovesick? What kind of thing makes you lovesick? Romantic kind, of course. This is nothing. It cannot be conquered. But don't take my word for it. I will demonstrate you the power of love. Come to Pike Falls and bear witness to its splendor. Please keep your pants on. Show him the pointy end of that stick. This is fun. I didn't expect the next bit of story like this to go on. Here we go. What did you do? What did you do? The power of love on my side. These explosions will water off an F's back. I mean... Did I take forget? I'm perfectly fine. Try it again. I'll play the 6, wait. Oh! Why don't you write a poem or something? So it was full-time explosive as well. Stop for a moment. Did it hurt? I hope so. Throw yet another grenade. I mean... Oh! No, I had so much to live for. He's not dead, is he? I cannot die. Not today. Not like this. My tribe needs me. Hooray, he's alive, and all because of the power of love. Did love protect you, or perhaps your feelings for me are more genuine after all? What? No, you got it all wrong. One day I'll be none, and I'll have served the needs of every eligible woman in the tribe. I can't commit to just one girl. Oh! I was nothing to do with love. It must be something else. Oh, there you are. Something matters come to light. Who's this? A lonely Tia doomed for a life of solitude. That's entirely inaccurate. Never find a wife at this rate. God, to be good, a man at your age is still be a bachelor? In my line of work, I meet women from far away, but as soon as I try to talk to them, they run them home. The same thing happened to me, except in my case, they find my exuberant nature a tad overwhelming. Come, friend, let us share our woes. Why do I get the feeling this was a complete waste of time, and we're no closer? Now that you mention Mizette injuries might need some attention too, although he seems rather well considering. Forget about him, he's fine. He's got Gail's shoulders to cry on now. Let's go over to Reach and ask Gorilla. Okay, that was cute. I like that. And they were just talking about how they can't get women. Wonderful. Wonderful. Love that for them. I have to admit, it's felt good to be back into the streaming. I did film a bunch of shorts, so there's going to be some shorts coming. I am working on a long form video. I might talk about KupoCon and my first convention. I do not want to make a video about what we talked about earlier with Zeppelin. I don't want that type of audience here. I don't even want to have the discussion. I don't want to moderate it. Fuck them. Fuck all of them. Fuck derfs. So it's I mean, I could. You know what I mean, though, right? Like, grab it, edit it down, and put it cohesively, but I don't know if I want to. I do not know if I need that kind of icky attention. But I also don't want to be like, hey, I'm afraid to talk about it while trans people are legitimately getting death threats and stuff like that because of it, right? It's both sides of the coin there. Yep, so very easy to get rid of right away. Alright, that's correct. Okay. Why don't you change the subject? I've never played Guild Wars. No, absolutely. Don't be afraid. I am more than happy to talk. I am a talker at heart. No, I've never played Guild Wars 2. It's on my list. I'd like to also, Elder Scrolls Online was another one. Blue Protocol coming later this year is on my, list to try as well for MMOs. My issue I have right now, and this is being very honest, I got a lot of games to play. Like, a lot. I've got a list. So I'm trying to power through some. And of course with Octopath coming, and then Last of Us next month. And again, Final Fantasy XIV always has a place. There will always be a day of the week where there's Final Fantasy XIV on this channel. Absolutely. I don't care if we do nothing. I'll play Final Fantasy XIV. I love it. It's my enjoying it. Oh, my Steam list is embarrassing. And I know a lot of people are like, well, I have all this. I spent 12... Wait. A lot of people talk about a long Steam list, but I need to remind everybody, I spent 12 years straight playing Warcraft and almost nothing else. So I missed out on a lot of good classics. Okay, we'll exchange the escort back to the Reach. Like, there's a lot of good games that I missed. And I bought them because I'm like, I'm going to play them, and I never did. So for like 12 months of the year, or 12 years, it was Warcraft and very little else. No, what? That I'm in love! I never beheld... Oh my goodness, who's messaging me at this time? Oh no, I hit some kind of achievement. That I'm in love! I've never beheld such grace, such elegance, such unfathomable beauty, not booty, oops. She's the incarnation of Infina herself. Oh, you're very flattering, but you're embarrassing me. My fever is gone. Aurelia, my love, wait for me. Ah! I beg your pardon. Don't get downhearted. There's plenty more fish in the sea. Exactly, Calvin. That's 100% what Final Fantasy XIV did. Is it gave me the room to be like, you know what? I don't need to do that today. I don't have the FOMO about it. I can go play other things. Even play WoW, which I played a little bit of. I just haven't even renewed the subscription just because I don't have time. Not right now, anyway. But that's where it's at. Like, I just don't have... I have a lot of games, not a lot of time. And on the weekends, I'm sewing. I am... I spent 2 hours on this wig. this weekend. I got her nice and thin. Hold on, I'm gonna take the headset off just for a second. Look. She turned out nice. It looks, I don't want to say real. It doesn't look real. I'm aware it doesn't look real. It looks better than it did by a lot. We have an infirmary, right on. But like, I just need to fix it a little bit on this side and it'll be great. But anyway, like, I did that this weekend. I'm reading through a book, studying for the PMP. Like, I got a lot of stupid shit on the go. Yay! Look at me, we did that. Oh, thank you, Starfall. I appreciate that. It very much is. Like, and I have no, like, not a secretive type person. I'm happy just to advise that's what it is. What ended up happening, and again, this is gonna be a little bit candid. I lost a lot of weight with medication, and the doctor thinks that's what did it, but I started losing my hair, my real life hair. And I was like, Jesus. Now we're still in the middle of finding out whether it's nutrient loss, whether it's permanent, whether it's something else, hormonal, whatever the case may be. But it's coming in again, but it's not great. So I was like, listen, one, I need to take care of this, like, right now. I need to get this under control. So I stopped dyeing my hair red, this color. Listen, I love this color. This is like, if I can get to what I had back, bitch, please, we will be back to hardcore red again. But right now, I had stopped dyeing my hair to hopefully help it heal, and then I had stopped. They're not empty, it's just very, very thin. Like, you see the scalp, you see, like, it's not great. And again, I am cool talking about it. It is what it is. But, like, to be on YouTube and to be, like, on the internet, like, prefer not. So, I had to do something. But either way, so we're working on that. I still got some blood work tomorrow I gotta call to get the blood work started to figure out what's going on. And the doctor's looking on it. So, anyway, it should be, it looks like it's getting better, so there's that. One thing at a time. It's very much a one thing at a time. We'll see how it goes. But until then, like, she's thin and she's, like, the red is faded out to, like, a ugly ass orange. Like a copper, and the top is brown and gray. But we're getting it fixed. I hope it all comes back. Jesus. If it don't, I can definitely live my, like, redhead fantasy. Like, I'm not hard to get along with. I understand, and you know what I mean? I'm cool with it. It's just, it's one of those, for now, I'd be more comfortable not. Right? And that's kind of where it sits. But we're figuring it out. On the bright side, like I said, this is what I would like. If I had all the choices in the world, this is the color I want, this is the thickness that I want. It's thicker than my natural hair, like when it was even thicker. I like it. But anyway, I did end up thinning it out to make it look a little bit more wearable here. I still got a little bit of work to do here, but she's coming. We're getting there. She's gonna be real pretty when I'm done. I'm working on it. Fucking yuck. Spiders. Yuck. Yeah, I did that this weekend. Like, I got a lot of stupid little shit on the go. And then right now I'm still like doing a lot of the housework around the house. I'm doing all the cooking. I'm doing... Because my husband still, like, he can't carry anything. He can walk around with crutches for another few days. Then he can start transitioning to a cane. At his convenience, of course. And he's very much not able to do a whole lot, right? You can't lift things. You can't... while you're in crutches, you can't hold anything, right? Like you're trying to cook and not be able to hold anything while you're standing here. It's been busy. We've been busy. I'm very much in a situation where I don't understand how people have more time. I hope you spend some time without it. Oh, absolutely. Listen, this is for YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok. Like, my day-to-day is I don't wear a wig. It's 100% just for this. If, like, stick with me here. If, Grumpy Crutchy, huh? I love it. If, let's say, the hair loss is permanent, I would look at getting a nice, expensive hairpiece or two. Because, listen, just because I am not blessed with beautiful hair doesn't mean I can't look fabulous in my everyday. And it would be more natural, more realistic, more, you know what I mean? If it's temporary, then whatever the problem is, try to get it fixed. Maybe it's already on the resolving path. I don't know. All we can do is try it out. Wait and see. Oh, you can get ventures here too? Fuck yeah. I got that. Got that. Oh, neat. Oh, I'm glad you can get ventures there. Oh, I'm good. I'm solid. Because again, like, you're not looking at it, right? There's a little bit of that, right? It's like saying that I'm fat. I have no problem saying that out loud. Are you gonna get a full body shot on Twitter tomorrow? No. No, you ain't. Same thing as this. You're not gonna get like a nice close-up view of what the hair looks like underneath tonight. No, ma'am. Nope. We're good. We're good. Look at this red. I'm good. That's the silliness of it. I'm fine. I'm good. And even then, I feel good. I'm genuinely good. No, not God. Oh, not old. Alright, so we did good. We get the on to the next step. We got, I'm out of dailies though. I did them all. And now this one can do ventures, which is huge because I love the ventures. Why? Because I don't have to buy them anywhere else. Free is free and I'll take free. What else do we get? Currency. Wait. Gold saucer. Flame seals. I need more because I want to get like the mystery boxes. There's mounts and I want mounts. No, I am 100% good. But yeah, I pretty much, I bought this for social. So that I could keep my IRL and social a little bit separate while I'm dealing with it. But the gray don't look bad. I like the gray. I don't mind the gray. It's more of the brown I don't like. If I could have like this color red with gray in it as to like natural gray comes in, I'd be fine. Bayonetta. Oh, absolutely. Listen. I'm pretty sure Bayonetta was most women's sexual awakening. Just saying. Just saying. Like, I know of her sass, and of her class. That's all I know. I might My problem is I can't stream Twitch games. Or, not Twitch, Switch games. I have a Switch Lite. Because when I bought it with like these points you get in Canada for this certain store. I bought it with points, so I didn't pay anything for it. Hi, puppy. Hello. Want you to say hi? Say hi. Up, up. Oh, no, no, no. Get your head out of there. Hello. Come on up. Say hi to Mama. Say hi to everybody. Say hello. Got Boxer. Look, I made this. See, he's good Batman. I'm trying to show them your thing. Can you see it? I made that. Learning to sew. Big yawn. Oh, kisses. I love you. Oh, you're tired. You ready for bed? He's ready for bed. This is my boxer dog, Reinhardt. Just like the Overwatch character. Yes, he was named after the Overwatch character. Oh, I love it. I love the idea of hi. What are you doing? No, 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 no. Yes. My big droopy lip puppy. It was a hetero's dream. Oh, absolutely. And again, about the bisexual awakening for most women. Just saying. Speaking of that, like, again, that was actually a topic of discussion on Star Trek's website. Today or yesterday, something like that. What women help, what characters helped some people discover their bisexuality and work through it, and how their characters worked into it. And it wasn't just a they're hot like article, it was a how they feel about things, how they like. This is so cool for a fandom. I love that. Do it because of men. She does it because she wants to. Because fuck it. I'm a hot, sexy bitch, and I will do hot, sexy bitch things. I love that attitude. I live for that attitude. It's something that I, like most people, do what I can to exuberate it. I love it. Awesome case. I gotta go to bed anyway. We're reaching the end of the stream. That's why I was like, hey, let's have a Star Trek moment, because why not? Either way, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for like hanging on, because this was like a long set of lots of topics that are some more difficult than others, and I appreciate you guys for it. So thank you so much for being here. We'll be back tomorrow for a new video for sure, and Wednesday starting late, but there will be a stream on Twitch. Thursday stream right here, and another stream this weekend because Octopath. Oh, that's so awesome, Starfall. Love that, honestly. So in the meantime, thanks so much for being here. Have yourselves a legendary night, and I can't wait to see you guys again on the next one. Bye.